Today's mission for this vlog is to show you how to do your own oil change on your car. Because it seems like nowadays, not a lot of people know how to do a simple, basic oil change. So, let's get started. So a small little issue I might run into is this entire garage is filled up with furniture. And that's because about 2 weeks ago, we moved out a whole bunch of furniture from our other house in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Pretty much, we have a family that's renting out the house. So I gotta find a way to make some room. I'm pretty sure I can probably move some stuff over there out that way. Get all that junk somewhere. Back it in here. Yeah, I think it'll work. Alright. So first things first, let your car warm up. Make sure the engine is warm. Or you can, drive the car or whatever. Make sure it's not cold. Let that oil get heated up. And make sure you do that before anything else. Actually, I was wrong. First, you need to get the stuff. Oh yeah, I used to be a Mercedes-Benz technician. So you probably didn't know that about me. And I've, always worked with cars and fixed friends' cars, my parents' cars, or whatever. Grab those two little ramps. I'm gonna drive onto them once I lay it right in front of the car. So you probably noticed I changed my shirt and I'm wearing my old school uniform from you can see the Mercedes or whatever. But yep. Wear something that you don't care about getting dirty. So here's the basic stuff you need for an oil change. So now what I gotta do is pop the hood. Of course you'll need tools. So you pop the hood of your car and you're looking around. Yeah, hybrid's a little bit different. You have an inverter or whatever and everything there. So engine, or this pretty much the entire thing except for all these plastic crap, but basic thing is your car will have a dipstick unless you have a fancy car like a Porsche, and then your oil cap, and this one is pretty tight. Alright, because if you think about it, you start draining the oil, you don't open up the oil cap. You gotta think about, the air, the pressure and all that. When you let air to go in, obviously oil will come out a lot faster. So you're looking underneath the car, and pretty much if you're directly looking under the engine, this is the front passenger wheel right there. You're looking at the engine, and at the bottom you should see a little tank looking thingy. Maybe not this small, some of them bigger, whatever. Drain bucket. And you see right there. It's not focusing. Why is it not focusing? There it is. And I'm just laying it right there for now. What I will need for this is you just need a basic ratchet. Alright, 14mm. out. Now you see that? You see that? Gasket is still there. Or seal, whatever, same thing. Just go, pop, like falls off. Grab your new seal. That should be good. Now there is an actual tightening spec. Newton meters or pounds or whatever in torque. And you use a torque wrench for that. Most of you guys probably won't have a torque wrench. You'll feel how tight to put it. Obviously you don't want to break it or strip it or whatever. So just don't over tighten it. Don't under tighten it. You'll be good. This is my little container of used oil. That you can see recycled oil. You can buy these things anywhere, literally like Walmart, Target, whatever. Put it underneath the oil filter. And you can see right there. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have one hand on twisting the filter and let it drain out. So. A little bit on your finger. Just rub the new seal around with oil. That way you make sure the seal doesn't fold or get kinked when you twist it back on. And yeah, now I need to wipe my fingers. When you put it in and once it actually kind of stops without any effort, just tighten it, and it doesn't have to be super tight. These kinds of oil filters, you always hand tighten. So that's what it looks like with no oil filter. Just twist, twist, twist. All right. So now it's kind of stopped, right? Now it's stopped. So I'm just gonna give it a good. It says 3/4 of a turn. I don't really care about that. Because I know how tight to put it by feel. So, and right there, that's good. And then obviously wipe around, clean it up, don't be messy. Use a funnel, makes it easier to not spill. Just stick it in there. A lot of oil caps will say something on it about the oil. I mean, right there, 5W30 is what this car takes. So, how do you know how much oil to put in your car? Google it. And if you're wondering what's in there, this is the valve cover, and underneath it is your camshafts, usually. Put this back on. And now I'm just letting the engine run to heat up the oil to operating temperature. I'm sitting in the car just letting it idle, and especially since it's cold outside. So the reason why you wait and let the oil warm up to its operating temperature is so that oil will expand as the heat, you know, science, as heat rises, things start to expand more, whatever. But yeah, I mean, oil will expand. So if you're gonna measure the oil when it's cold, obviously, you're not gonna get an accurate reading. Alright, so the car is about warmed up now. I don't know how long I waited, maybe like 15 minutes or so. It's all depending on you. If you wanna drive the car, you can drive the car and let it warm up faster. But now it's done. Make sure you're on a flat level surface. I almost forgot, when you let the car warm up, don't check the oil level right away, because you want to wait at least like maybe 5 minutes. Let the oil settle down into the oil pan, because that oil dipstick is going all the way down to where the oil pan is, and it's gonna get a measurement. So let it sit for a little bit, let the oil settle down, and then you can measure. When you look at the dipstick, you will see, focus, come on, focus. Focus. Oh my gosh. Usually 3/4 of the level should be good, because that gives enough space for expansion and, you know, cooling or heating up and everything. So about to measure it. Push it all the way down. Now there's one more thing that you need to do, and that is to reset the oil indicator light, or the maintenance light, or whatever you call it. You can do that before you actually do the oil change, or you can do it after you change the oil. But I like to do it after I do it. So oil light is reset, and there's an oil change. And it sucks right now that there is absolutely no clouds, because I wanted to get a time lapse, but what good is it if there's no clouds?